Alright, what's up guys? So as of yesterday, I finally hit 10k net worth. I did not expect to get there that soon, but I'm so glad I did. The amount of blessings it's honestly gave my life so far, like as a full-time student, it's removed so much stress from my life. I can now spend money without having to worry about like little things anymore, and just there are so many benefits of hitting 10k, not even just like the fact that you have 10k, but the psychological benefits that come from it are just insane. So I just want to share that with you guys today, go over my experience as someone who hit 10k net worth as a 20-year-old, and yeah, let's just get straight into the video here. So one of the very first things I want to talk about in this video is why 10k is more significant than you would like to think. I know there's so many people out there that are like, oh yeah, 10k is not even that fucking big, like bro, why are you getting so hyped over such a small amount of money? Well, let me try and change your mind, because if you go to any investment calculator right now, set a 10k initial investment over a period of 45 years, assuming that at 65 you retire, with an average annual return of 10% from the S&P 500, adjusted for inflation, so a 2% inflation rate, you would have about $298,000. That's fucking insane. Like, just 10k, assuming that you don't invest any more money, you could almost have $300,000, and that's adjusted for inflation. If that doesn't fucking get your balls tingling or get you at least a little bit amped, I don't know what will. Like, for anyone out there that's saying, oh, 10k doesn't even matter, like, just spend it on something, you're young, whatever. Dude, being young is the biggest advantage you possibly could have. Like, if I don't invest any more money, I just leave that to sit there, I'd have $300,000. How could you not want to invest more money knowing that? So I just wanted to get that out of the way, because that's absolutely insane to me. And for any of you guys investing, especially the younger guys that are like afraid to and like want to get into it, just do it. It's so possible to get 10k in there, and once you get it in there and you just leave it, you could have just 300,000 free dollars, like literally just for free. What's even crazier is that 276,000 of those dollars from your 10k initial investment are from compound interest, so just leaving it over there for a long period of time. 45 years is a lot, but that's also just assuming that you don't invest any more money. So anyone can become rich in the future. Anyone can do it. It's just a matter of like how young you're able to invest. Like, if you're able to invest as young as possible and get to that 10k as fast as possible, there's no reason why you shouldn't be at least a little wealthy or retire with $1 million. And now, just before you guys freak out in the comments, I don't mean having 10k as a 20-year-old is going to make you a millionaire by retirement. I'm just saying 10k is such a good stepping stone into getting that $1 million. Of course, you'll have to invest more money, but 10k, building that habit so young will just make it so much easier for you to keep investing, and it will make it so much more likely for you to become wealthier in the future. And another thing is just so mind-boggling to me how many people do not understand this. Like, the amount of people that fucking not really make fun of me, but they're like, oh, what's the point of like saving up that much money? You're so young, you should be out spending it, taking trips and whatever. They just don't understand this simple concept. Like, sure, I could go out and buy a nice used car or a nice PC or whatever, but just looking at that chart and seeing that where my 10k investment could get me in the future, I don't want to spend that money. I want to keep saving, and I want to just keep getting more wealthy and have more freedom in my future. I don't want to spend it on useful things. So it's just crazy, because most of the people saying that, they have no idea even what for my Canadian investors, they don't even know what a TFSA is or an RRSP, and that's crazy to me. Like, that's crazy that you're this old, you're like 40, 50 years old, and you actually don't understand those accounts, or you don't even like invest any money. I just don't get it, because it's so easy, and we live in a generation now, like my generation especially, has such a doomer mindset about everything. They always assume the worst. They always assume that they're not going to get rich. They always assume that it's impossible to, you know, retire with a bunch of money, but it's really not. 10k isn't a lot of money. You could grind your ass off for one summer and get there. If you tried hard enough, you could do it. That's exactly what I did. In 1 year, it took me 1 year to get to 10k, because I worked my ass off during my school year, and because I worked my ass off during the summer. I saved 50% of my paychecks, and I got to 10k. And just looking at that chart back there, I don't even have to grind my ass off again. I just have to have a stable job, keep that 10k investment in there, and I'll retire with a bunch of money. So get started as soon as you can, guys, because 10k, like, just once you hit that milestone, yes, it's not big, but you just have to look to the future, not the short term, because yes, 10K returns, like a 10% return on 10K is just $1,000. That's not crazy, but you need to look towards the future, like how much you'll have in 5-10 years. You should always be looking outwards, not the next year or even the next 2. That's about all I wanted to say for the investment side of it, but there is more to 10K than just the money itself. There are so many psychological benefits. I don't know how it works, but once you hit 10K, you just become less anxious. Like, I used to be such a big saver. I still am, trust me, but I used to stress about the littlest things, like, oh, I need to get the cheapest deal on this energy drink. I need to get the cheapest deal on these chips. I'm gonna purposely go out of my way to spend less than $2 on something, or if there's like a $2 discount, I'll go to another store for it. Or I would only sometimes go to fast food restaurants if I had coupons, and if I didn't have coupons, I would literally just fucking starve myself. That's why I was so skinny. But now that I've hit 10K, it doesn't really matter that much. Like, I'm not saying 10K by any means is a big amount, but it definitely helps you stress not that much about the little things, right? Like, you can go out and spend like $10 on McDonald's, and if you really think about it, that's like 0.1% of your net worth that you just spent. So thinking about it that way, it's just crazy, and it makes your life so much easier because there's already so many stresses in life. Like, just especially as a full-time student, I'm stressed out about so many things. Having a couple less things to be stressed out about, like especially money-wise, just makes your life so much easier. Not only that, but it really honestly just shifts your mindset too, because now you're thinking like, oh, I don't have to just settle for a dead-end job. I can go out there, I can pursue my dreams. Like, that's exactly what I'm doing right now with YouTube. Like, I have a comfortable safety net to the point where I can just like start experimenting with things. I don't have to just take the first job I get. I can, stay in school, get this education because I have money saved up. Not a lot, but some, and that just changes your mindset, because if you have $0 and you're graduating high school, university in debt, you're gonna be thinking a lot differently than the person that has a lot of money invested, because the person that has money invested and the person who's been investing for years and has a safety net is going to be able to take the better job, is going to be able to pursue their dreams because of that money. At the end of the day, it's just about how much money you have and the safety net you have to be able to go and chase your dreams. And I know they say that money doesn't equal happiness, but it can definitely give you opportunity and freedom. Money, more than anything, doesn't buy happiness, but it can give you so many options in life. And I think that's just the great thing about it, especially having at least 10K saved up as a 20-year-old. And it doesn't even matter if it's 10K. 10K is just like a personal milestone that everyone wants to get. But even if it's like $1,000 or $2,000, any money that you saved up just makes your life so much easier, knowing that you can pay for unexpected things. Like if you have a broken down car, or you are overdue on rent or something. Like, trust me, like the psychological benefits outweigh the money more than anything. Like, just passing that 10K, seeing it in your bank account will change your life, and it definitely changed mine. So to finally wrap up this video, yes, by no means is 10K a lot of money, especially in this economy, but it's more so about the opportunities that you start seeing after reaching 10K that are more important. You start becoming less stressed out. You start seeing what your money can start doing for you in the future, and I think that's the most important part overall. I also just thought I'd mention, if it wasn't already obvious, that I am by no means a financial advisor. I'm just a 20-year-old student from Alberta, Canada, trying to figure out how to invest, and I just wanted to share with you guys my experience so far with having 10K and how it's really just changed my mindset about life in general. So that wraps up everything. If you like this type of content, please comment below, subscribe, like. If there's any criticisms you have about this video, if you think it fucking sucked or whatever, I don't care. Comment down below. I'm not going to be hurt by it. But yeah, that's enough yapping from me. I'll see you guys later.